Hi, I'm Heather Briegel, Economic Development Director for the City of New Ulm's Economic Development Authority, and I'm introducing you today to one of our projects, Westridge Place Child Care Facility. Why don't you come on in? This project cost nearly $1 million. Throughout the process, we were taking community donations, and we are so grateful for the people that did help and donate to the cost. And so we created a donor wall to give them recognition for the donations that they made. Now we're going into Alyssa Kretsch's room. She runs Alyssa's Child Care. Alyssa Kretsch is an experienced child care provider. She's been doing child care out of her home for many years, and she actually was going to leave the profession because her family grew and she no longer had the space at home to run a child care business. But when she heard about this project, she stuck it out and was one of the first providers to move into her room and start operating when we opened. All right, so this is Rachel Ludwig's room. She operates the Herd Child Care, and she's a newly licensed provider. And under her license, she's able to care for 10 children, ages birth to age 12. And then once she has her first year under her belt, she'll be able to increase that to 12 children. When we started going through this program with First Children's Finance, they did an initial needs analysis for our community, and they determined we had a need for roughly 183 child care slots. We were able to add roughly 40 to 48 child care slots. One of the tidbits of advice we got from First Children's Finance was that the quickest and easiest way to add child care slots to your community is through providers with the family child care license. So this option was very attractive to the providers that chose to rent space in this building. Like I say, Alyssa in this room was going to leave the child care profession because she could no longer provide the space needed in her home to operate the business. So we were thrilled to be able to retain her. This is Tammy Miller's room, Soaring Eagles Child Care. Tammy was actually the last of our providers to open out here at Westridge Place. She's been operating now about a month. And under her license, she can care for up to 12 children, ages birth to 12 years old. She had done in-home daycare for many years out of her home, and she left the profession because it just was so invasive to her home life. So when she heard about this project, she reached out and said, I'm interested. I think I'm going to get relicensed because I really miss providing childcare, but I just couldn't do it in my home anymore. And so she did. She got relicensed and she rented a space in our building. All right, now we're outside in the playground area. We do have 2 fenced-in playgrounds so that the providers are able to be out here, 2 providers at the same time. They can't be on the same playground as another pod. So with the 2 playgrounds, we can have one provider here with her kiddos and another provider over here with her kiddos. So it makes scheduling a little less difficult. All right, so what is the pod model, you might be wondering? The pod model is a new child care licensing option in the state of Minnesota. Every facility is a little different. Our facility, we took an empty commercial building and we repurposed it into a child care facility. Under a pod model, up to 4 providers can operate out of the same building. We're in Liz's room, and she operates Little Sunflowers Child Care. Liz is one of the newer providers that is in her first year of licensing, so she's limited to 10 children, ages birth to age 12, and then once she has that first year behind her, she'll be able to bump up to 12 children. Many of the providers have commented how nice it is at the end of the day to be able to lock up their room and go home like most other people that are out in the workforce. You don't live where you work, and most people wouldn't want to.